Yo guys, welcome back to the Uncle Sharma channel. Here we are once again for a big match preview. Now, maybe a few years ago this wasn't a big match, but now it definitely is. The two highest scoring teams, and I couldn't bring on anyone better than Nick, my guy. You might remember him from our previous preview we did for an Inter drew 1-1 to Atalanta. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man?
Uncle Sharma, I'm good. Thanks for having me back. And we got a big Monday night game. We haven't had a big Monday nighter in a while, it seems like. So it's going to be exciting. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Monday Night Football, as the Premier League fans know it. And I've got my guy Idris, who came on for the Milan derby as well. He only does big matches, this guy.
How are you doing, guys? You right? Yeah, man. So it's a big game. So I might make an appearance. It's going to be big match, man. I haven't felt like this in a while. So interesting to see what we got to say today.
How are you feeling, Idris, going into this? Because, as I was saying, to me, this has become a big match now. Like, maybe a few years ago it wasn't, but I feel more scared of Atalanta than other teams, in my opinion. What do you think?
Exactly. I feel that, bro. Since the 7-0 or the 7-1, the 7-0. That team just started to, haunt us, man. I remember this game. We lost like 4-0 at their ground and stuff. I feel like that game started changing the dynamics of the match, between Inter and Atalanta. And now it's to the point where the game tomorrow could go either side. You know what I mean? Like, I generally don't know how it's going to end up. I'd be less confident playing Atalanta than Roma, for example, or Lazio, because it's a very good team,
Yeah, exactly. And they've got such a scary front line. But Nick, what do you tell us? How do you feel about when you play Inter? Like, what's your mood when you play Inter? I remember last time I watched our video back actually this morning, and I was seeing like there's so many things have changed since that video we did. We were both kind of struggling. Inter had this Eriksen saga going on, but ever since then, Inter are doing well. You guys are doing well. Yeah, how are you feeling going into this one?
I'm feeling, similar. We're both kind of opposite of where we were last time, because Atalanta's been a pretty good hot streak. Real Madrid game aside, they've been doing well in Serie A. You guys obviously have been storming, top of the table. So we're really in a different place collectively. But I still, if there's any team right now that has been able to kind of stifle and stymie Atalanta's attack, it has been Conte's Inter side. In the three matches, I think since Conte's taken over, we scored 2 goals total. Mm-hmm. Both in the 1-1 draws that we've had, one last year and then the last match we played. So that back three really does cause us problems. So if anything, that's what I'm worried about it too. I think you guys are able to get our numbers sometimes, and then the way Lukaku's been playing and linking up with Lautaro, or if Sanchez is in, your front line's been storming along really well too. So a little nervous. I think you guys make me more nervous than most other teams right now.
That's good to hear, man. That's how Conte's the way he's got this team playing now. Is I think he said himself now, Idris, I don't know what you make of it, but Conte said if we were in the Champions League now, we would be doing well. What do you think of that?
It's all ifs and buts, bro, really, because when we're looking at the reality of it, we got knocked out twice in a row, Conte. So I get what you're saying in the sense of momentum and form and how we play. Like, we have changed, but who's to say we'd go into Europe with this mentality that we have in the league? Like, it's unknown, I mean? I think it's a bit unfair for him to use our league form to compare our performances in Europe, because we're only playing once a week, So how we feel, we'll see next year, and we'll see if it really, if there's actually truth to his word, we'll be able to see next season. We're in the group stage, if we qualify, hopefully.
Yeah. I had the same thoughts. Like, can't be talking about Champions League, man. Still a soft spot for us.
That's what I mean, but that's what we do as Inter fans. That's what we've done every year. We got knocked out twice in a row. So I've stopped talking about group stage and thoughts. I'm just watching games as they go by now, because
3 years in a row. 3 years in a row.
Obviously, but so one without context. I'm letting that first one. But the last two.
But looking into the form of the last few matches, as you said, like, it's been, I think recently it's been kind of in Inter's favor, because we've got that one win at the end of last season. But I guess Atalanta, then we're kind of focusing their energies on that PSG match.
The standings were set, I think, but even so, like, you guys just dominated that game from the get-go after D'Ambrosio's first minute goal. But Mm-hmm.
And the other ones have all been draws, and I know we'll probably leave the predictions to the end, but I'm leaning already towards a draw in this match. I know Idris already tells me that I'm a bit negative, especially in the derby one. Inside I knew that probably Inter are going to win, but I always predict draws when it comes to big matches. And the history of this match kind of is drawing, is showing that it's probably going to be a draw. What do you guys? And you guys have been in good form as well, so that I'm not really that confident.
The thing is, just like you, I'm actually feeling the draw more than I did when I was playing the derby. Like I said to you, this Atalanta team, actually, it's one of them ones where if we lose, I don't understand why we lost, and if we win, I don't understand why we win. It's not a one moment chance in the game. Like we've always been. It's been years now. We've actually been competing properly. Through last game, the San Siro, they nearly won that game as well.
Yeah.
So it's not. These are not games where we're steamrolling now. It's like very 50-50, and then they sway depending on advantages. So a draw would be a fair result. I could see that happening more than one or two teams coming out on top.
Yeah, what were you leaning towards, Nick?
And I wish I could say a draw. I would love a draw, to be honest. Playing in San Siro, but I feel just something. We have a game Friday against Spezia, and then we have Real Madrid coming up. So, not that the guys are professionals. It's not like they're not going to focus on the game or have things looking forward in the rearview mirror. But I think while a draw would be fair, and I'd be happy about it, I see you guys squeaking it out somehow. And whenever we play you, it's us getting a fast start. Twice you scored goals within like 5 minutes the first half, and even last game it was kind of a sluggish first half for us. We went into the halftime 0-0, but we didn't play great. Then we were able to turn it on later and get the equalizer. But if we start in a similar way, it might be tougher for us to rebound, I think, but it all depends how the first 10 minutes go, I think. And then if we can hold on and make a show for ourselves, get closer to a draw, maybe even a victory. But I'm leaning towards you guys a little more this time around.
Tied to his point, I agree with him, because in a sense, it's always been us chasing the game against Atalanta the last few games, scoring that early goal, and then Atalanta growing in that game, and then Inter, turning more sluggish as the game's going on to the first half, and then this when they come and hit us back. And it's been the theme for like the last few years, so it all makes sense. It all depends on really, if we do get that first goal, can we maintain the pressure, can we add another one? And then if that's the case, then we may be able to win. If not, there's always a team that can come back to the game at any point. So don't play past Atalanta to score a goal in the first half or the second.
Yeah. What do you guys?
Or at least get shots on goal, make Handanovic nervous. Just something to show that they have a pulse. Yeah.
Handanovic has improved. Over the last, we've criticized him all season, but he's become consistent over the recent weeks.
And the long game, onslaught, like 3 minutes there. He was a godsend there for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was 13 vibes, man.
Yeah. I was on the podcast the other day, and they asked me to do a combined 11 of the teams, and the goalkeeper one, I was struggling because at the start of the season, if you asked me, I would have put Golini in straight away. But now Handanovic has kind of made a comeback. So, but I think Golini's out for you guys, isn't he?
I don't know, because Sportiello started the last 2 games, but Golini, he's been in the lineup. He's been on the squad list. He just hasn't gotten the game minutes. I'm not really sure if there's like a small injury that he has or not, but I'm not sure how he's going to line up tomorrow. But Sportiello's been good. Like his big issue has been the distribution out of the back. Golini was excellent at that, and Sportiello's always more of a hoofer, just getting it down the field. But he's been a little more comfortable, distributing to the back 3 and to the wing back. So he's a good shot stopper. He might even be better shot stopper than Golini sometimes. So either in the lineup, I feel pretty comfortable with whoever we decide to put out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this the lineup. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
So you got Sportiello in goal, Toloi, Romero, Jim City at the back, Darun, Freuler, Gosens, and Mela, with Pessina behind Muriel and Zapata. Is that what the is that the lineup you expect to be out?
I always thought Ilicic would be. I kind of see Ilicic and Zapata getting the start. Mm-hmm. But Muriel and Zapata have been playing, they've been starting together a lot more recently, and they've been playing quite well together, so that wouldn't surprise me either. Yeah. And I'd like to see Ilicic, he was great midweek against Crotone. Take that for what it might be, playing, a team with 12 points in the league. But, he did well in that game. And I think against the back three, if he's able to, if Parissa's just starting on the left side for you guys, not the, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe not the greatest defender. He's obviously more attacking minded on the wing. And if he's able to pull Bastoni out to mark him a little more, that might give Zapata or Muriel, whoever starts in the other center forward spot, a little more space to maneuver around De Vrij or Skriniar, and just have more space available and make that back three more of a back two potentially, because Bastoni has to do more work covering Ilicic. But I'd like to see our old Slovenian friend get the nod, but this lineup wouldn't concern me either. They've been playing well up front together, and everyone's kind of on good form right now.
Yeah, Pessina's been an interesting player. I didn't really know about him before the season, but he's been kind of a surprise of the season. He's taken on the Papu role, but in like a different way. I quite like him.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, and then Ilicic, as you said, when we started talking that last time, we said he's coming back to form, but since then he's done the usual Ilicic things. He's had matches where he looks like the best player in the league, and then some matches he's pretty bad, and some matches he gets pulled out before even the match is over. And we saw against Real Madrid, it didn't look great with him and Gasperini, but it looks like he's back in the good books, right?
With Real Madrid, we played Sampdoria after that. He didn't get the start, and then the rumblings are coming, like, oh no, is this going to be another Papu situation? Where one of the veteran statesmen is getting miffed at playing time or strategy, whatever. But Wednesday he put that behind him. He made some really dumb back passes, but he contributed 2 assists and had an awesome curler of a goal. So he's mercurial. Like you said, he can be the best player in the league, and then some days he sits on the ball forever and he doesn't do anything. You don't know what you're going to get sometimes with him. But I think that's behind us. I don't want to make drama when there's no smoke really. So I think he's going to ride the ship, and there's even rumors of a contract extension coming. So that'd be great if we could sign him here for the rest of his career.
Yeah, man, I love him. I think.
I was gonna say for the Atalanta lineup, I thought Malinowski might get the nod on, because for me he's an interesting player. I like Malinowski. Seen him. I think the first time I watched him play, it might have been against Inter last year, won the 2-0 game at Bergamo, and he was just dangerous, man. Like, he hit the post so many times, just had a banging left foot, and then I watched the Sampdoria game, and that goal was amazing. Like, you could tell he's actually a very good player. Like, he's very technical, good on his feet, and I thought he might actually get the nod on to play against Inter. So obviously, like I said, this is the predicted lineup, so it's not confirmed. But I would have thought he would start. And I don't know what happened to Hattepa. Is he injured or?
Yeah, he got injured in the Milan match, and he might be out for the year.
It's a big miss, man.
Which is a shame.
It's a big miss because him and Gosens, as your fullbacks are actually very good players, up attacking, defensive as well. But what I would say is, I think the key part we should look for is the Atalanta defense. In my opinion, it's quite shaky. I realize as great as they are offensively, defensively they're prone to conceding low goals. Like, if you watch the Napoli game, they leave themselves very, very exposed. And obviously, we're in a counter-attacking team, so with our lineup and the way we play the game, we try to soak up pressure and hit. And obviously, with Lukaku, like you mentioned, and his form right now, if you give him that chance one-on-one, he's going to score. So, watching that Sampdoria game, I saw a few times that they were through on goal. Yankton must have missed the chance, etc. So, I feel like we get in these positions tomorrow, we put that in the back of the net. So, I feel that's the part where we need to, we really hit them, is make sure we take that chance as soon as we get it and just keep going at that defense, because they're very good at passing the ball, but sometimes they might do it a bit too much. They overdo it a lot, so they leave, certain errors to be potentially made, and that's what we got him.
Yeah, no, spot on, bro. Yeah. How do you guys envisage it going? Because last time it was a bit of a cagey match, as Nick said. It was both teams weren't that great. I think Inter kind of, we weren't playing great at that time, so I think Conte just kind of kept it a bit more safe. But with both the top scoring
Lukaku played either, right? I don't think he was featured in that game.
I think it was the Sanchez Lautaro up front, because Lukaku was out.
Yeah, injured. So he didn't get to play. So it was quite we played 1-2 dimensional in that game, because we didn't have that centre forward to hold up the play. It was just Sanchez and Lautaro, very similar players. So it was very easy for Atalanta to just shut us out in the attack, because we've got two players with the same characteristics up front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Lukaku, drag a player, Sanchez and Lautaro are literally making the same run with each other. So there wasn't that connection in that game.
Yeah. What do you make of the predicted lineup for us, Idris? I'm pretty happy with that. If we could keep the exact same 11 that we've had for the last 3 matches, has been unchanged, apart from Sanchez coming in last time round. There's some rumors that Alexis can get the nod ahead of Martinez again, but I don't see that happening. I reckon Conte will go back to Lautaro, and then there's rumors that Vidal is back to full fitness now, so he'll kick Eriksen back out of the team and put his boy Vidal in. Like, what do you think of the starting 11?
But right now, I'm happy with the consistency. It's been like the entire season. We never actually had a time where we're just playing with the same team.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have one midfielder taken off or wing back switched. And now, finally, the last 3 games, bar the last game, he rested Lautaro, very similar. And obviously, with that, it gives the team form. You build up on that consistency. You win together. You go into the next game with that same form. Keep switching the lineup up. You know what I mean? That connection between players isn't going to be that effective.
Yeah.
If you actually start them for a couple of games, So with the Eriksen and the Barella Bozovic midfield, I'm content. Obviously, Hakimi, Perisic, fullbacks, we discussed in the Milan derby.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Sanchez that game because I feel like it's not Udinese playing. Obviously, no disrespect to Udinese playing Atalanta, so we need to be there. We need to have our most efficient players, and obviously, as inefficient Lautaro is, he's still our second highest goal scorer. So he does contribute a lot to our wins. So I need him and Lukaku up front. You're the best opportunities to win, and I don't want to see Vidal either. So I'm being honest. Don't want to see him. Not right now, because right now.
I'm a Vidal fan.
No, it's not.
Sorry,
it's not even like but it's not even like that. I dislike him or anything. It's just right now with what we got with Eriksen and how he's going, I don't want that to be ruined by anyone else. So I need to keep doing what he's doing. If Vidal can help us in the second half, by all means, do your thing. But right now, Eriksen's confidence is important for us, and I don't want that to be shy by Vidal. So
yeah. I agree, man. Like I want Eriksen. I've been saying since the start of the season, at least give him like 6-7 matches in a row. But then if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. So I want to give as many chances as possible to Eriksen. He's fitting in now. He's. I think this is our best midfield. But I think the rumors are that because Atalanta are a high pressing team, Freuler and Darun, they're quite physical players, so he's trying to maybe add some physicality in there. So it does make sense in a little bit, but I personally want to see Eriksen continuing in there. I want to dominate their midfield like on the ball.
And he has the technique to beat that press too.
Yeah,
I would say Eriksen more so than
exactly. That's what I was going to say. I feel like with a player like Eriksen, that's exactly what we need for a team that presses us. He's a guy that can make that little pass and get us out of that situation very quickly. Vidal, he's probably the type to lose that ball and gain it back for us again, but it's a risk. I'm not really trying to see in that match. We need to have like a perfect game. So Vidal's prone to making mistakes. As good as he is, he sometimes switches off here and there. And with Eriksen so far, he's been consistent. Like I haven't. But the Udinese team, he was a bit, but that was just mainly the whole team was a bit sluggish. But apart from that, every pass was clean, perfect. The play he makes that pass another midfielder might not make. So why change that against Atalanta? That's what we need against quality team like them.
Yeah, spot on. What do you make of that Mæhle guy, the Danish for wingback that you guys playing instead of Hatebo now? I've watched him. He looks interesting. He looks like the Atalanta prototype. He looks like he's made in the lab. Like, how's his performance?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And he's coming from Genk, where we signed him from in the Belgian league. He's basically like Timothy Castagne 2.0, coming from the same spot.
Okay.
Originally coming in to kind of be the support for Hateboer and Gosens. He can play on the left and right, but now that he's been forced into starting full time, it's a kind of a baptism by fire, but I think he's taken it really well. He understands where he needs to be on the field. He kind of looks like he's played in the Gasperini system for 6 months to a year already, and he's been here. It's been 2 months only. He fits in well. He's more technical on the ball, I would say, than Hateboer. He has a good engine, but I don't think he's. It's weird. I don't think he runs for miles like Hateboer would, or he just kind of feels like Hateboer kind of goes all out and it's just like, right on your throat already. Like when you're barely at your own 18. But he's a different kind of wing back, but he fits well into the system. He knows his responsibilities and duties. His defense is a little shaky still right now. He can get beat in some one-on-one situations when he's back on his own end. But overall, I'm thrilled with how he's been playing, just for the fact that he's had to come in and start and learn a pretty complex system, and he's held his own. He was denied his first goal, unfortunately, against Sampdoria with a bogus, maybe not bogus, like a really close offside call leading up in the build-up play. But he made up for it in the 20 minutes later, getting his first assist for us. Then it's nice to see him get a goal contribution, and hopefully there's more to come. But really impressed with him so far.
Yeah, I know that I follow you on Twitter, and you always keeping a track of players, kilometers covered. You're on that the Piscina one.
Yeah.
He's like your Brozovic. He's always your number one for kilometers covered, right?
Yeah, he's just, and that's the thing. Like when you mentioned him being the replacement for Papu, while he's on the same spot, like on the lineup sheet, he is a completely different kind of player. He just offers more coverage in the midfield. He carries his defensive duties well. He can make a pass. He's more a conservative offensive player, obviously, but yeah, he's all over the place just running. And unfortunately, the last one I did, it was the first match he's played a full 90 minutes where he wasn't number one in the game, covered, with distance covered by 11 meters. He missed it by literally just walking to your refrigerator distance. But I love him and the way he's played so far. He just adds that extra bit of, just motor in the midfield that, makes the system click and allows the other offensive players to do their thing.
Yeah, no, he's interesting. I think he's a late shout for the Italy squad as well. I think for the Euros, so we'll see if he makes it. Idris, what do you make of on the right wing? Obviously, we've got that battle coming in. We didn't get to see it last time. I think Ruggeri started last time, right?
Yeah, but he did.
Hakimi, Gosens, the Italian newspaper called it like the 100 million battle because they obviously both rated 50 million each. So what do you make of that one?
Bro, it's going to be a good one. I feel like that one is going to be, in my opinion, even better than the Hakimi one.
Really?
In terms of, my opinion anyways, because I feel like with the way Gosens plays is very similar to Hakimi. Like, even watching that Sampdoria game and his goal and the way he just ran into the box as the ball's put in, like, very much like Hakimi and how he plays, literally. So I feel like, obviously, pace-wise, obviously Hakimi is a bit faster, but, Gosens got the physicality on him. So it's just going to be a matter of positioning in that game, seeing, obviously, how the game is played. And, obviously, with the way we both play, we're going to expect to see both of them attacking each other head-on until one of them comes out on top, So, don't know. I can't tell you which one I think is gonna win, because I like Gosens very much. Like, I'd love to have him at Inter, but
yeah.
For my sake, hopefully, Hakimi can come in, and do what he does best, and do his job in that position.
Yeah. No, imagine. Look, I think Gosens is like, if you ask any Inter fan one player that they want on the team, they'll probably say, Robin Gosens now. But yeah, as you said, he's.
I even heard we tried to buy him last summer. I don't know.
Really?
If it was, but yeah, something like we offered an obligation to buy, and they refused. Not too sure because I was reading it from somewhere else, but it's good to see the interest is there, And I read yesterday. He spoke yesterday, I think, about the match, and he's saying something like, "We have a weapon that Inter doesn't." But, I don't know what he's talking about, but like a little bit of trash talking there. You know what I mean? But it's fair enough.
Gasparini, man, he hates Inter. he never.
He's giving that DNA to the players. It's fair enough. But you got to make the team look like yourself. So they're representing him when they're playing against us. But yeah, so it's good to see we've got some links to him. So hopefully, this summer we can try and go for him again. Sorry, Nick, but do you need him?
This is his last year. His contract expires in 2022. So if we don't sell him this summer, we have one last ditch after the winter transfer deadline next January. But it's hard to stomach it. But he might be gone. Man City's been linked to him already too, and in a way, like if he's gonna leave, which all intents and purposes is probably will happen, unfortunately. Man City is the team you want bidding on him because they'll just drive the price up, and maybe somebody will have to overbuy for him.
I feel like his decision will also take a big part. Like it depends on him and whether he's trying to make that move to England. Obviously with Inter and City, it's clearly the better team, is fair enough. But there's also that historic side of it that influences players, So, and I do remember him, praising us as a team, and the team is, that he's part of to be linked to. So, I guess that part of it does play to our advantage, and hopefully, comes that decision. Hopefully, he chooses us, but still a long way to go, Like, you don't want to lose him like Papu Gomez. That's all I'd say, because losing him for 5 million to Sevilla was, even I was not an Atalanta fan, but I felt that signing. You know what I mean? I felt really bad for you guys losing him play like that for 5 million. Sad.
And I'm sure they're like someone lined up, man. That they've got like a whole little line of talents. Like their scouting system is crazy.
Way, yeah, we got 2.0 coming now. He's on his way.
Exactly. And then poor Papu's just, it's funny. Like he was arguing, and people think it was tactics. That was the reason that him and Gasperini got their rift. And now at Sevilla, he's just kind of stuck on the left side. He doesn't get freedom like he did at Atalanta to kind of dictate the offense. He's literally just like a left winger, attacking midfielder or something, and he just like stays there. His heat maps are night and day compared to what they were versus when he was playing for us.
That's what I was saying to Inter fans when they wanted him at Inter. I was like, it makes sense, like when you think about it, but then he's not going to get that freedom that Gasperini gave. Like Conte will never give him that freedom that he gets at Atalanta. So I don't think it would have been a good move for Inter or Papu. So
not with this manager, anyways. Not with the tactics we play.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, I'd see him fit in at Dortmund, to be honest with you. When I think about the offensive side of things, he play there very well. They kind of do play similar to Atalanta, but I mean, he's moved on now. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Do you miss him? Do you miss Papu?
From a legacy standpoint, yes. But I think from a tactical, results standpoint, not really. I think we've gotten along quite well with him since November, where he kind of stopped featuring in the lineup. And we've adapted well really fast, without him. And a big part goes to the other guys around him, but I think a lot goes to Pessina. He just added another body in the midfield that he's like a second Royler de Rune further up the pitch, just making that press a little more difficult to beat for a team that wants to play out of the back. So not really. It's weird to think about that. Where a guy, there's some times where there were a couple games, Udinese and Genoa stand out, where we just could not get past their bus. A bunch of shots just going into walls and deflected shots, and that's the kind of moment you just need a piece of Papu magic to come in and make a nice flick to somebody to get on the end of a header or something like that. Those are the kind of times you miss him, but like in the grand scheme of just like an overall game, it's we've gotten on well without him. But legacy wise, he's still Bergamasco, and he has a restaurant he's building in Bergamo too, so he still has ties to the city. And it's weird. I think about it sometimes. He's probably thinking, like, what did I get myself into? And like, I wonder what the odds are that he'd just like come crawling back, trying to get back into the lineup. And there's probably has to be like a 2 or 3% chance that 2 years from now we might even see him back in a Atalanta shirt. But I doubt it. But it would be funny to see that come full circle. But
well, I feel like with you guys are such a systematic team. Like it's very hard for you guys to feel like you're missing players. If that makes sense. Like for example, with us, it's like you take away Lukaku, take away half of our chances, half our creativity, because we are dependent, but we're not so dependent. But you get the point where with Atlanta, you can take off, for example, Zapata in there and replace him with whoever you'd have up front, but still have Muriel and that other striker play the way him and Zapata would. So it's very like you're used to playing with multiple players in the same system and still be efficient as you guys are. Whereas us, when you see a missing player, you feel it in that game and how his presence is lacking in that match and our output. Whereas you guys, it's like, okay, you're missing Papu, but you got Pessina now and literally playing just like Papu, So you're very lucky. It's a very good skill to have in terms of a team where you're very unpredictable, what I mean? It's not like you miss players, part of the defense. But yeah, good.
Yeah, that's a really fair point. It's kind of like, cogs in a wheel almost. Wing back probably being the only place where we would really suffer, like if Gosens was out, for example, we would feel that. Or if Mele got hurt, we'd have to put Sutolo. And we saw that in the Coppa Italia a little when Sutolo was playing right wing. And, he didn't get forward to press at all. He was very, very passive going forward. And de Rune had to just cover so much more flank area to kind of make up for that void there. But yeah, that's really the only issue I see as concern, where you can't really just plug guys in just because we don't have the depth. A lot of the signings we had didn't work out for wingback, and we just don't have the players there right now, which will be addressed, I imagine, off season, hopefully, especially if Gosens leaves too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in that saga. Hopefully, someone comes and buys into the Saudis pumping in money. Maybe we can come in. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let's finish off. Obviously, I think we're all talked that. I'm leaning towards a draw. So for me, I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw. I think Muriel maybe is gonna come off the bench. He'll definitely get one because that guy's scoring rate at the moment is crazy. He's got like 59 a goal per 59 minutes or something crazy like that. And then one for a midfielder, probably like Pessina or something, and for us Lukaku, and I reckon Perisic might get one. What do you reckon, Idris?
Well, I feel like you said, I'm edging towards a draw, but at the same time, with the time we have with rest, I still always give us that little advantage on top of that playing in terms of it doesn't lean me a little bit towards, if it's not a draw, an Inter win rather than an Atalanta loss because of the points I just made. So I do see it be a fair challenging game, but I feel like with Lukaku in this form right now, he might just be what we need in this game to take out Atalanta. Obviously with the Lautaro connection and both of them being on form finally together at the same time, it might really give us, that extra weapon of unpredictability up front, because we're relying on now both of them, and also with the midfielders, see Barella, he might be chipping with an assist, and Perisic and Hakimi, possibly producing 1 or 2 assists in that game. So yeah, I'd go for probably like a 1-1, definitely both teams scoring, or a 2-1 Inter. Hopefully, Lukaku and Lautaro scorers.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, and I'm kind of with Idris. I'm kind of leaning 2-1 to you guys to Inter right now. I wrote an article yesterday. The big battle for me is Romero Lukaku. Whoever wins, that's going to be fun to watch the entire match. But Lukaku's just been on fire lately, and I think he'll be able to. He's just stronger than a lot of the other center forwards that Romero's had to go up 1-on-1 against this year, and I think he's able to just make a slip on him once or twice in the match, and either get on goal himself or dish off to Lautaro or somebody else who's running through. And I think the fact that we've had such difficulty scoring against you guys recently, your back three really gets us somehow. That getting more than one goal, I think would be a big challenge for us. So I think 2-1 to you guys is kind of what I'm feeling right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we could sneak out another goal. We should have had a penalty in the 87th, 88th minute last time we played you there. I felt like, so if we can get something cheap like that, maybe we'll pull a Milan and get a last minute penalty and then tie it up. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I was also going to say a point I really didn't mention is the fact that Juve, Roma, and Milan won. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on I forgot to mention that point. And now it's like we have to kind of win, whereas before I felt like the draw would be fair, would be okay for both Inter and Atalanta. Now it's like, okay, they've all picked up points, we have to pick up the 3 points in this game, which could go either side. We could try to go offensively and end up losing the game, or actually go offensively and win the game. So either a bit more suspense in that match now.
Yeah, I've been saying that if we beat Atalanta, for me, like that's kind of, it'll convince me that this Inter team can win the Scudetto. But at the end of the day, even if we get a draw, I think it's not the end of the world. There's still that 4-point gap from Milan. But yeah, it does make it a little bit more sticky. So definitely a win will take us to closer to that step. Whereas with you guys, obviously you're going for that 4th spot, aren't you? I predicted you guys to finish 4th for all season, even when you guys weren't doing that good. And I'm feeling pretty confident about that, especially because of Napoli's form. What do you think you're gonna make into the top 4 again?
It's tight, yeah, because Roma just passed us with their win this morning, so they're 1 point ahead of us. It's just us not dropping stupid points like we did against Torino, like we did against Bologna, Spezia. If we could erase that and turn those draws into wins, then I feel good about top 4, because Roma don't lose to people outside the top 6. It almost seems like there's almost guaranteed 3 points for them. So it's us trying to just emulate that and then steal some points from the clubs that we've shown we can either tie or beat and on the top of the table. But I feel good about 4th still. I think we can outlast Roma for that. And, Lazio and Napoli, they're, kind of struggling a little bit now. They're maybe dark horses to, get back into it, but I think it's probably between Roma and Atalanta for that 4th spot at this point.
Yeah, spot on, man. Hope you guys get it, because I like Atalanta. I'm almost like a fan. Sometimes too much.
And it's a team that's not scared to lose to teams like Juve, Lazio, Roma. They actually take these teams on, and I respect them. I respect them a lot for that.
Yeah, and good luck for the Real Madrid match again next week. Hope you guys get that W.
That'd be dynamite. Yeah, got to get a couple goals in that one, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. That was pretty much it. And is anything you guys want to plug? Obviously, I've left your @ in the banner below. Anything you want to say, Nick?
Yeah, no, thanks for that. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Atalanta Passion, as it is there. I have a website where I write game previews and matchups. You can see the link there. And me and another fellow Atalantini, Atalanta Las Vegas fans. We have our own podcast, the Atalanta Pod. So go check that out too. We're recording this afternoon. Actually, we'll probably have it up this evening or probably tomorrow morning. So there's good Atalanta content out there if you guys are ever interested.
Nice. What about you, Idris? Anything to plug, bro?
Nothing much. Just my account. If you want to see me angry during Inter Milan games, my thoughts in the 90 minutes. It's pretty much it. Follow me, have a look. But apart from that, bro, shout out to you again for having me on the podcast again, bro, on the video. Appreciate it, and hopefully we get the win tomorrow, man. That's all I want.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Obviously, I'll be on my channel for post-match reaction. I might do a live stream, actually. I'm feeling like doing a live stream tomorrow. So if you're down to join me, you can join me, Idris.
Yeah, sure, bro. I'll let you know tomorrow. See how it goes. I'm not too nervy, because big games. I don't want to be talking a lot. I'm just sticking to the match,
Yeah.
Bro. Sure, I'll let you know. For sure, bro.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you for the next one. Forza Inter.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, guys.